Nigga everywhere I go, man. Juicy J, shut the fuck up!
Yeah, spin that shit.
Memphis nigga everywhere I Memphis nigga everywhere I go.
Nigga everywhere I go.
Memphis nigga everywhere I
go. Nigga everywhere I go.
Eyes all red like city gear. Nigga. Draw down on him, make a fuck nigga, give it here. Jeff number 1, I'm the rookie of the year. Wanna see a mad street, make a nigga disappear. Real Memphis nigga when I'm looking in the mirror. Yo,
Memphis nigga everywhere I go, this the remix.
Ay.
Memphis nigga going up like the G-Mix.
Ay. Everybody outside, it's the freak nigga. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Fuck nigga, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Let's get it.
Memphis nigga everywhere I go.
Let's get it. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Let's get it.
Memphis nigga everywhere I big head ass hoe. Memphis shit, that's how I feel. Shit might check me a hoe, might flame me a hoe. Spit a little game on a hoe, never spend change on a hoe. Memphis nigga everywhere I go.
He ain't even been to the city before. Fuck nigga, he ain't even been to the city. He ain't even been to the city before. Let's get it. Nigga came once, but he can't come back no more. He's Memphis nigga when I drop my low. Yo, nigga want smoke, let's go. Yo, bitch want smoke, fuck nigga, I call Big Glow. Yo,
Memphis bitch everywhere I go. Okay. Memphis bitch everywhere. Let's get it. Memphis bitch everywhere I go. Okay. Memphis bitch everywhere on the count. Memphis bitch everywhere I go. Might take a bitch nigga, might take a nigga hoe. Riding down Fraser be coolin' with some hot boys still doing donuts in the smoke. Getting money ass bitch, that's me. That's me. Tomato fruit M's and I still want more. Now if Memphis bitch got hard. Win, lose, or draw, bitch, I still want smoke. I ain't shit but 25. Let's go. Already a legend up in my seat. Bump down, bump 3-6. Hey, man, play me some of that pimpin'. Gangsta ass bitch, stay muggin'. Everywhere I go, I'm thuggin'. Memphis bitch, everywhere I go. Let's go. And everywhere I go, they love me.
Yeah, Memphis nigga everywhere I step through. 3-6 Mafia and Gangsta Boo. You know what it is, my nigga. My city full of gorillas that ain't from the zoo. North Memphis nigga so infamous. Rest in peace, Lord Infamous. Old school nigga with the pole in the cut. I hear making easy money, tryna pimp a slut. Fraser Boulevard and a car all candy. South Memphis bitch, she ain't wearing no panties. She ain't never been nowhere outside our city. I'm a draper in Dior and I'ma take it to the Grammys. Memphis nigga everywhere I step on the scene. Ride through Evergreen, blow and get it green. Give a little bad bitch a hug. With all this water on me, she gon' have a wet dream. You don't know nothing about Hyde Park. You don't really wanna stop by after dark. Even Nick K's know the city I'm reppin'. Have a nigga scat pack go to 60 seconds. 20 years plus I'd have been in this thing. And a nigga like me ain't never gon' change. Rollin' up dope while I'm sitting so close. I can walk on the floor at the Grizzly game.
I want EP and chicken and dog. She wanna receive under the heart. I'm with Lil P and I'm motherfucking pot. I be like Cheeky, we say squad. Look at that.
Ayy, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Get 100 bread a piece when I'm in the stove. Parkway Village, I'm a native. Still had a duck posted up in the Dover. Young nigga wanna be like Craig Pettis, bro wanna be G-Train. Afghanistan top tier, tell Biden send us to Ukraine. Drake made sure we drive global. Let me tell you about Poplar. We'll stop and deals go for a couple bucks, she'll take it so. East Memphis, that's in that league. North Memphis, that's got it. South Memphis, long live flipper. West Memphis, that ain't Memphis. On EP, eating chicken at Dodge before a nigga went vegan. Might get his 6P from Crumpets. All done left, that's the best joint. If she from Memphis with a bunny on, she give more head than a lace front. Me go my partner from back in the day, but I heard he hit him a lace blunt. Tell white folks he my nigga. Hey Max Snoop, I got a beer for you. From a city where you win it, they don't even really wanna even cheer for you. Deep down they be hating on you, but too quick to say I love you. In Memphis it's a red flag if she ain't blood and she say brother. Everybody gotta switch in this bitch. Game be beefing with clicks. Tell DJ yo where the dream ball at, I'm tryna stomp some shit. 2016 at the Delta Fair in the corn maze, you could die there. Long live J Money Truler, when he died whole city had tears. Memphis nigga everywhere I go, I don't care if it was Idaho. Before Ja, it was Mike Conley. Before Jaren, it was Z-Bo. In the lead, don't get his credit, but I'm really hometown hero. Might use a key to the city just to lock my back door. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Oh, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Oh, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Oh, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Oh, Memphis nigga everywhere. Memphis nigga everywhere I go.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning.
The comment section over there on that video is very, very interesting. Now, I do remember a part in the live last night where she was yelling at somebody, talking about y'all wasn't with me when I was fasting and turning down my plate and all that bullshit. She was going off. Somebody asked in the comment section, why are you on here coming at your supporters again? Like, really? So it's their fault you dragged your husband. Girl, bye. And then somebody said, she's snapping at us. I don't think it's fair. And of course, Q came under there and said, did we all watch the same video? LOL. Yeah, we watched the same video. Bitch, you was mean. But before we get into that, I think I'm going to read some of the comments. Before we get into that, have any of y'all heard about the YouTuber killing another YouTuber and his wife on the strip? I woke up this way. I seen it last night. It happened yesterday, so I started seeing the videos about it last night. But by the time I woke up this morning, the shit had completely taken over the internet. So here's the story. This is Mexican in Vegas named Manny. 20. His channel's still up as well. I think both of their channels are still up. The live that the nigga actually got killed on is still up. See, yeah, so Manny had been threatening dude for forever because dude named Finney, his sole mission in life was to take down, was to fuck with the man and ruin his channel. He was fucking with him and ruining his channel. He was talking about his wife and him all day. And he was like, he was just a troll. He was a pain in the ass troll. But Manny took this shit a little too seriously. So Manny was like, hey, bro, if I ever catch you at a red light, even though he was in Arizona and the other one was in Vegas, he was like, if I ever catch you at a red light, and he just made several veiled threats to do. And then so Finney decides to go on vacation to Arizona with his wife. They doing their thing. And then he announced that he was there, and the Mexican dude, he did a video. And he was like, I heard my favorite YouTuber is in town. I would love to meet him. And bro said, man, I done been to every hotel, every strip, every such and such looking for this nigga. Where you gonna be at tonight? Where you gonna be at? So he was letting dude know he was about that business. He was letting them know. And so Finney was out there on the strip doing his thing with his wife, and he the Mexican dude was walking past, and the Mexican dude spots old boy wife. And all of this is caught on Finney's live stream. Finney got his phone pointing to the crowd, his wife there, but his back is turned, but he catches the dude, and he could see, Finney can see Manny, the Mexican dude, in his screen. So he like, oh shit. He laughed a little bit, but then the Manny dude walks off the camera, pull out his gun, come back. The wife tried to get in between Finney and Manny. Finney attempts at this point to run, and Manny said, no, nigga, you ain't going nowhere. Bow, 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 bow. The wife looks in the camera and says, are you serious? Bow, bow, bow. That's the end of the story. And the innocent bystander got locked up. So Finney and his wife is gone for trolling too goddamn much and saying that you wanted to take this man's channel down. Like that is some, you fucking with niggas' money, you fucking with niggas' livelihood. So that even though his channel wasn't terminated, it still, you was fucking with them. I think they both were sending each other strikes. Now I don't. Again, the talking, I can deal with motherfuckers talking shit. I could deal with it. That doesn't bother me. But like the whole, I'm trying to take down your channel, I'm trying to do this and that and the third. I'm not bothering you. I could see if I was bothering you going to them links, but just because you don't like my commentary on somebody else, you decide you could take away how a nigga eat. And we know in real life when you fuck with niggas' money, what happened? This was an instance of this man fucking with this man money and bragging about it. And then showed up where dude stayed, and that was that on that. He didn't have no he in Vegas, so he ain't had no pistol or nothing. He wasn't on vacation. He think he on the strip safe. Bro was just ready to crash the fuck out. They was a Mexican. They always be ready to crash out. But yeah, sometimes you fuck around and find out. And that was one of them cases. Unfortunately, dude's wife got caught up in the bullshit. No, they don't need to be concerned. I would be the one that see. They're harassing me. I'm not bothering them, so they don't have no reason to crash out on me. I would have a reason to crash out on them, but again, the shit they do, it doesn't bother me. I'm mentally built for this shit, so I just ignore it. That's why I keep telling people. I don't think people know. When I first came on YouTube, the first 2 years, I had a strict, I'm not responding back to what a motherfucker say policy. It was for me. It was building up my tolerance to ignore shit. Then when I finally decided to respond to people, I had tough skin. It wasn't gonna bother me. And that's how I did it. She ain't want to see. She's another one of those instances where she gotta fuck around and find out. She gonna be one of them people. But yeah, but what she did, that was all for these motherfuckers play nuts. That shit was all for YouTube. Because I didn't even do a live video. I uploaded the video. She don't know what time I uploaded the video, none of that shit. When I took the video and she just said, I'm going there. How smart would that be? I could have been there 5 hours ago. It's all for YouTube. But yeah, that's what happened in Vegas. I was like, shit. And the poor wife, just an innocent bystander. But it was the case of monetized channel versus non-monetized channel, if I'm not mistaken. But dude had people that hit his cash app and shit because they like listening to him roast, bro. Let's read some of these comments. Your testimony brought tears to my eyes. What testimony? What fucking testimony? What testimony did she give? Because like if we're being honest, God ain't got nothing to do with this situation. If this is something these niggas decided to work on and fix out, it's what they did. God ain't have shit to do with this. Because just the video when she said that she was divorcing the nigga, it was I ain't God, y'all could do that. I don't care what God said. So it's yeah. These motherfuckers is dumb. Your testimony brought tears to my eyes. I tell you one thing, I'm happy y'all working on your marriage. Many blessings to you both. I'm so happy for y'all. Praise the Lord. Move forward. I'm not reading all this shit. I'm so glad y'all working on y'all marriage. In my opinion, I think this whole story was fake from the beginning. No disrespect, but that's just me. Thank y'all for the entertainment. We got a girl stop. Q, I just smiled when you expressed that happiness seeing Mr. FakeRisemas show up on the live. This man stirs something in you. I'm so happy to see that you both are well and working on your marriage. I live in U.S. and I'm currently married to a Nigerian. I visit Nigeria 2 times a year. We are waiting on my husband to get his papers to come to the U.S. to be with me. Only God is involved in our marriage. Bless you both. She visits twice a year and she's still waiting on her husband to get his paper, but Goodwill ain't never did it. Somebody said, same here. It's only God. My husband is Nigerian as well. Been in the U.S. for 10 months. Good luck to you and your husband. Why are these American hoes getting Nigerian men? I just seen one of them chicks I went to school with, a fat chick I went to school with, got her a Nigerian husband. And they shit, I guess men had the what you call them, just the mail order brides. I guess women got mail order husbands now. Praise God for your obedience and seeking his wisdom. But she said when she divorced him that she said she did all of this. So God changed his mind on her twice, like within a month. All right. I'm so happy to see you two are working on your marriage. It's a blessing that the good Lord have done, and she just playing in God's face. Congratulations, to God be the glory. It's crazy. I met my husband at 11 years old. What the fuck does this have to do with anything? I'm 56. We've been married 29 years, been together 43. People talk so much shit about our union, that I should leave, that he should leave. We never listened to none of the mess. No mess, no. Hey, bitch, nobody was talking to Q. Nobody. She came out here and told us she was leaving and got her crowd behind her. She got her whole fan base behind her. Like, you go, girl. You go. That's right. Don't let that man use you. He looked like a leech. He looked like she had her supporters attacking her husband. To now, 1 month later, say, we're back together. You are emotionally fucking with your audience, ma'am, for no fucking reason. As long as there's change, here goes somebody that say, as long as there's change and he don't use you and he help you, I think things will be fine. You know why she said that, Q? Because motherfucker, you told them that. Happy to see this. I loved y'all together. My husband and I've been through a similar situation, separation, then God reconciled us. He even communicated it to me in more ways than one that I should return to my husband. God's ways are higher than our ways, and his thoughts. This shit is sickening. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to be disrespectful or nothing, but like reading this shit is sickening to me. Motherfuckers do not have their own mind. I just can't imagine giving the credit for some shit that I did to a motherfucker I ain't never seen, talk to, or could prove exists. I just can't imagine giving. I go out and look for a job. I fill out the application. I talk to this person. I put on my best shit. I put on my white folk voice, all of that. Resume top notch. Only to say it wouldn't have happened without God. What the fuck? What was he with me on my ride there or something? What the fuck? Anywho, Q, yes, absolutely. Do what God has in store for you daily. This is the day. Yes, the 11th hour. All praise our Lord. And so none of these motherfuckers are going to say, stop telling your business. How about y'all? Why y'all talking about the Lord so much? Why hadn't the Lord taught this bitch to stop bringing her business on the internet if she don't want people talking about it? I love you guys so much, Q. We all grown. This is your life. I love it. I'm so excited for you. Keep God first, and everything you want shall be blessed, except for she said she was praying and God wouldn't bring her husband home. Or do y'all not listen to this bitch? Like she lied to y'all and said God bought her a house in Barbados, yet we seen this bitch in the closet on the floor. If you got a house in Barbados and your other option is staying with family members in the States, I think I would go to my house in Barbados. I'm just saying, like most people would like value privacy and things of that nature. So I think I would be in my house in Barbados by myself with my cats than going from pillar to post with my kinfolks. Oh, but y'all, that wasn't, I figured out, I asked my intel what was going on with her background last night. And remember, I told y'all she was the assistant manager at City Trends. Yeah, she was in the stock room at City Trends last night. So yeah, that stock room at City Trends. She had to work late last night. Oh, also the truth. My live ended 5 seconds too late. Like StreamYard showed 2 minutes and 5 seconds, but YouTube showed like an hour 59, 50 because it's a 7-second delay. And so that's why y'all didn't see no shorts. Yeah, she work at City Trends. She work as the assistant manager at City Trends, and then she a key holder at Burlington Coat Factory. So she like a lead at Burlington Coat Factory. She ain't the manager yet, but she working on it. They gonna get it to her. Good morning, Truth.
Hey, y'all.
So did you hear my intel said that she was at City Trends in the closet? Yeah, that was the break room at City Trends. The stock room, I mean. That's why we saw them shirts and stuff like that. Why are you laughing, man?
Because
City
she
Trends
actually,
is fashion for less. We reading some of these comments.
some of the comments on the
You said, cause she
line.
actually what?
I said because it actually could be.
Watching replay, every time I watch your videos, I get so much out of it spiritually. Man, if you get something spiritually out of her videos, man, you lost in this religion shit. If she give you some, I'm trying to figure out how so many motherfuckers said they was crying for this video in the testimony. What testimony did she give? How was an argument with your motherfucking husband a testimony? So anything that happened in life could be a testimony. So Truth, could this be a testimony? You out driving, your car get hit, you got insurance to get your car fixed, or you had the right insurance that your car was totaled and you was able to get the brand new Cadillac. Is that a testimony because you had insurance?
Absolutely. The hell?
Why? You had insurance. The
It don't
testimony
matter.
would be if you didn't have insurance. The testimony would be if you didn't have insurance and all of a sudden you were still able to get that brand new Cadillac just out the blue, even though you didn't have insurance.
The testimony is you survived the car accident, Trey. That's
Oh,
the
son of a
testimony.
bitch. I didn't even think of that. Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
Trey.
I didn't even think about that. Oh my goodness. You survived the car accident. Hello, everybody coming in the chat. I'm
Yes.
so happy for you guys. This show us God is always in midst. Love you guys. To God be the glory. I'm so happy for you both. Marriage is work. It's hard work. It's even harder when you ain't never around this nigga. There is a God. May God continue to bless your covenant, Q. Goodwill and Lena looking so pretty. I miss you guys. But I would want you back too because you know how to get their money. Somebody said, I would want you back too because you know how to get their money. Somebody laughing. I'm happy for both of you. It's hard being in a relationship. It takes work. I admit I gave up, but then again, I was going through verbal and physical abuse. Now, this is what God intended. Marriage is a decision and a vow. I'm so happy to see you and hubby back together. But they didn't say, listen, what video did you motherfuckers watch? They didn't say they were back together. These stupid motherfuckers couldn't even say if she was going back. They wouldn't even commit to that. And y'all, you dumb motherfuckers are in there saying, yeah, y'all back together. See, again, she's playing with God. And then when she don't go back over there, all these comments are still going, but now she going to delete this video. When shit go bad again, this video going to be there. All you motherfuckers over there talking about your testimony, y'all going to look like dumbasses again. God ain't showed you niggas how to discern bullshit if y'all constantly keep falling for this same shit over and over again. That 3 hour drag was insane. Men forgive different, to say the least. Carolina Diamond knows she done been through some things. She know what she talking about. Men forgive different. That nigga gonna cut your ass up. Look at God. Won't he do it? If you're happy, then I'm happy for you both because God honors marriage. So I wish y'all well in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Do you. You both will make it better. The FakeRisemas. God instituted marriage and I bet that nigga don't have access to that channel. She logged into it on, that was her cell phone device that she went through the vertical app on and sent him a link. He don't have access to a channel that's theirs. And he told us they finna do content on there regularly every day, and they don't even do content on their own channels regularly every day. Goodwill, he had a smoke machine in there. It was so much African kush in the building. And he told her, man, I gotta get back to what I was doing, man. I don't give a fuck about this shit. You sent the check? The check cleared? All right. What he did last night is what I did when them folk were coming out asking Joy, did you give the ring back? Well, that's what Goodwill did when I went up there on panels with her and was like, no, what are y'all talking about? Of course we still together. You see me up here, don't it? That's what Goodwill did last night. I know because I hadn't been in that position before. I understand. I see him. You were married in front of God and respect. I hope you work out your issues because they were important issues. Well, according to them, they got worked out in a month. You were married in front of God. Respect your marriage and vows and true love. And marriage is tough, and you have to take the good, bad, and from each other because you promised to death do you part. Child, a whole mess. Both of you childish and disrespectful. Yay, may he bless your marriage. Truth, did you hear my prediction? I predict that Chelsea is coming out with a video on She's Healing on the 13th, probably saying she ain't engaged or she ain't married no more, I think.
Why would you predict? Where that prediction come from?
From Q Commune Post.
What does it say?
Well, not Commune Post, but her IG post about Chelsea is ready to tell her story. And yada, 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 yada. We already heard the story about the last one and then her getting married. We heard that already.
Okay.
And I think if Chelsea is going through a breakup, then Q like, hell no, I got to fix my relationship.
This is a whole
competition.
At this point, Trey, I'm gonna be so honest. I don't even consider that a relationship, much less a marriage. Like I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. It's not. It's not. She's here. He's there. The woman done stated, even if they stay together, stay married, she done stated that she don't want to be in Nigeria. So if she go back, she gonna be just as unhappy as she was before. Apparently he can't come here.
I seriously, truth. I seriously think if she goes back to Africa, that will be her. That will be our last time hearing or seeing from her. You don't play with African men the way you don't play with African men the way she did. She threw the man's sister in there talking about the sister said you need to get your shit together and your sister was trying to pawn her off to the niggas at her job. You talked about the country. You talked about his last name, which he said he's proud and his last name carried weight and shit of that nature. You dissed the man in front of 500,000 people. That nigga gonna kill you if you take your ass back over there.
Damn.
As that lady said in the chat, men forgive different. Get your ass over there. I bet your visa or something missing. Your visa or something gonna come up missing. We already look like you had a black eye once.
I
I
don't
don't know
think
what it
men.
was, but it sure looked that way.
I don't think men get over like. I don't think men get over infidelity like that. I don't think they do.
We don't. We,
I don't.
we don't.
I ain't think so. I ain't think so. Mhm.
That's why I
Mhm.
said she claimed she was scared before when she left the first time. She claimed she was scared. She knew not to tell him she wasn't coming back while she was in his presence. That was before she talked shit about him publicly.
Mhm.
And he came out here and said she said she didn't want to leave. She wanted to be here. That's gonna be his story. She said she's never coming back. We ain't gonna see Q no more. She go back over there. Everybody not gonna be happy for you. They hated Jesus. God is carrying you guys. They hate. Okay, now go back. I know you sick of me saying this, but I genuinely loved your traveling content and cooking in Nigeria. Let me leave y'all alone. She's not going back. Marriage is sweet. Oh, blessings to you both. Keep pushing. FakeRisemas plural, not FakeRisemas possessive. I don't know if this was for show coins or if it's for real. Whatever the case, you win. I'm glad you're together. I'm glad you're talking. Communication is key.
I think
Love you guys.
I'm gonna have to
But see,
react to
this is
that.
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna react to that today.
This is what I'm saying. Like, did they even did these motherfuckers even watch the same video? Did they watch in the end where he was late? He barely
So,
could be there, but they supposed to be putting up a front.
mm,
What was you about to say?
I said it's just some people trade. They just. But listen, we gotta remember to Q's audience, core audience, like her main audience, are younger women. You know, those young girls that they don't know no better. They don't know no better, Trey.
Sister Big Bone said, throughout the years of following you, there has been a lot of drama. One was with your ex-fiance, the situation with B Love, then your ex before your husband, and last but not least, your husband. I'm not judging you, but please fix your problems behind the scenes so you don't have to feel you have to defend yourself or even come for your fans for their opinions and comments. If you share something, people will definitely speak whatever comes to mind for them. And that was the end of the comments. All right, see, Truth didn't hear the first few minutes because I had got through 11 minutes, but I'm finna start it all the way over.
Yeah, because I promise I missed it. I was.
We all reacting to this shit, Q. We finna get this what you wanted, bitch. We gonna give you what you wanted. You just ain't gonna
Mm,
like what we have to say. So I would advise you not to listen since you sensitive and all. But you listened to me yesterday and made I'm your daddy. Bitch, you listen to me more than your daddy. Cause you sure put that live up on the FakeRisemas channel together. That's why he was late. He was like, I didn't know we was gonna do this. Like, what the fuck? You called me last minute. I'm the juice. You see what I'm doing? My phone was dead. I didn't have time to charge my phone and none of that. You see, I got charger here. Yeah. That's why I'm late. I barely made it, but I am here. I got a few minutes for you. My wife, I love my wife, but I have to get back to the homeboys and hoes.
Trey, Trey.
Huh?
I'm finna drop down and come back on another device. Look for me. I'm finna come right back up.
All righty. Fib Nation, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, hit the Super Chat, join the membership, and buy an album, Fib Nation, okay? Okay, Fib Nation.
Uh, I think it's, I don't see anything. Why can I view the chat? What's going on?
Let me see if I can find it
What's going
live.
on?
If
How do you
YouTube
get
ain't
in?
took
What am
it
I doing? What
down
is this?
and put it on.
Can y'all see? Am I on here? Is it live? Because I don't see it.
YouTube probably not gonna take it down because that video is definitely gonna be used as evidence in court. Let me see if I can find it and put it on Twitter.
Looks kind of different. Hi, can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me?
Or Facebook, because
Can you guys hear
Facebook
me
allow
and
this
see me?
shit too.
Please let me know. If you guys can hear me and see me. Okay, good. All right. So you guys said that you guys can see me. Okay. So we're testing to make sure that the channel is working. Everything is everything. Because it's been a very long time since we've been on here. Hi everyone. Welcome in. Hello. Okay, so but I can't even type anything. Why can't I type anything? Chat viewing options. Why am I not able to even type anything in the chat? That's weird. But anyway, hi everyone. Oh my gosh, welcome back to the FakeRisemas. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm waiting for Mr. FakeRisema to get into the building. Flip the camera. Flip the camera where? Y'all can see me, right? Y'all can see me. Why would I flip the camera?
Because we want to see why you in that closet, motherfucker.
Hi, baby. Can you guys see me? Can you guys see my beautiful face?
Motherfucker got a long sleeve tracksuit on in the
Melina wants to
closet.
say hi to you guys. Come here, mama. Okay, here's Lena. Hi, Lena. You say hi to everyone? Okay.
You know you can't have pets at work.
You've been meowing so much. Hi. All right, so I'm not able, I don't know, the chat is not down here, so it's not even like I can even type in the chat. Can we see?
This motherfucker didn't even have the tripod. If I know your arm was tied in the motherfucker, you was holding that bitch for an hour and 37 minutes.
You're beautiful.
This further lets us know this was a rush job. You would have did better sitting in the motherfucking car doing this.
Okay, we can see your beautiful face. Okay, hi everyone. We wanted to make sure that the channel works. It has been down for many, many months, and we just wanted to do a little tester to make sure that it is working.
It hasn't been down, bitch. You deactivated it. See how she's lying and misleading the audience as if something happened? You cut it off. You already did the no weapon formed against you spiel after I had took the FakeRisemas channel. Girl, that was so long ago. That was like last year. Seriously, that was like a year ago. And you ain't even realized that happened. And I told you that was because that was a throwaway channel for you anyway. Nigga, if I really wanted to do you, I would have hit your big channel like you hit mine. But I just had to show you, I ain't these other YouTubers you be striking. I know how to counter and send them bitches back. Point proven. We ain't been there since then.
Working because we are going to be bringing you guys some content this week and going forward. So we are so excited to get back to you guys. We're so excited to share our testimony with you guys.
What testimony?
Are shocked just as much as you are. We did not see this coming. We had no idea. But I don't want to get into too much of anything before Mr.
No, I'm just saying, where are all of these family members? Like she was eating with the auntie and going out with the auntie and them. Where are they in their wisdom when she's about to go live talking about my husband ain't shit, he ain't never been shit? But oh, I forgot. She was the same auntie that knew it was over back then, and she was blocking comments that was asking about her husband when she first got back. When they were saying, we ain't talking about none of that. We living in the moment. We're living
But you know
life.
what, Trey?
Remember all that truth?
But you know what? Remember on that live she did when she was sitting outside, and she was when she was sitting outside and saying and telling us that she was gonna work on our marriage and things of that nature. One of the last lives she did, she talked about how she was listening to certain I don't know if she said a family member or a person. Well, she indicated that she was listening as far as when it came to her marriage. She was listening to a person who was bitter, pretty much bitter, angry, mad, and is pretty much leading her in the wrong direction. I think she was talking about the auntie. You remember that?
I do. Where was the grandma? Where was the mama?
But
Where
I'm
was the
just
sister?
saying. I,
I know, I remember that conversation, but she was saying everybody in her council is what she was saying. She was saying she was led astray by everybody. So everybody bitter, everybody, all the women in your family jealous of your African husband.
mm, I'm just saying. I think she was talking about that auntie, because you got to
It's like
remember
it's
that's
one
who she
here.
was. You got to remember that's who she was hanging out with, and because see, we already said we felt like she was her the auntie was her damn therapist. While she was hollering, she had a therapist. We already said we thought it was the auntie the whole time. I think that's who she was talking about.
It was the wine and her auntie.
See what Infamous said? Infamous said, "Yeah, I remember that
But
truth, and I also thought she was referring to the aunt because that's who age she was up when she first got home." Absolutely. Yup.
Yep. Notice she don't dress. She don't dress like in that old school fashion no more. She ain't auntie no more. That was just the phase with the big glasses and shit.
hmm
Where the glasses at? I guess you're wearing contacts now, because the big glasses and pearls and shit have been retired.
I mean, thank you guys so much for being here. Thumbs up the live as you come into the building. You guys have been rocking with us. You guys have been confused just as much as we've been confused. You guys, listen. All I can say is I don't know. That's it.
You know what? This is where I'm finna learn what to do with your ass, Q, because I know how this is gonna play out in about 3 months. So I'm gonna, like I said, I deleted your last video out my cloud because anything I download when it's on Wi-Fi, it automatically go to the cloud. And I was cleaning my cloud out, and I deleted your "I'm breaking up with him" live. I won't make that mistake this time, ma'am. I won't.
That's all I can say is I don't know. We doing it. We doing the best that we can. You know what I'm saying? That is how God works. You want 1 minute, things are explosive. The next minute, you just like, okay, God, this is where you have me now. This is pretty much where it is. You know what I mean? So
Why not? That's how life works. So you saying if God got you on this roller coaster ride, why do y'all always bring up free will? Because according to you, you're not choosing to do any of this shit. This is the ride God got you on. You on autopilot. Where's your free will in all of this?
God is wonderful. We thank God for all his wonderful things that he's doing in our lives. And roller coaster ride for sure. Yes, ma'am. It has definitely been a roller coaster ride. Q, you are so confusing. I'm not meant for you.
You made it. And see right here, Q, this is what people talking about, you coming for them. They just said you confusing. Bitch, you said you confused by what the fuck going on. So when they say it, how you gonna say I'm not meant for you to understand? That's what they meant by you were snapping at your audience because they took your side when you said this nigga was a bum and you was leaving. They was riding with you. They was behind you. They was saying your husband wasn't shit backing you up. And now you like, my bad, y'all. It was God. It was the devil and God. Y'all, it wasn't us. It was the devil and God. See how it's easy to blame the shit that she do on somebody else? And you better not question God. That's why she could do the fuck shit that she does and then turn it into a testimony and say it's God, because y'all can't question God. But ma'am, I'm an atheist, so that's kind of what the fuck I do. And I point out how God be allowing you to lie on him and he ain't done shit to you yet. I'm supposed to be scared of hell, and he ain't done shit to you yet. I'm supposed to be scared of his wrath and being made a nigga footstool, but he ain't done shit to you yet for lying on him. That's taking the Lord's name in vain. Just straight up lying. And you was a witch.
God is wonderful. We thank God for all his wonderful things that he's doing in our lives. And roller coaster ride for sure. Yes, ma'am. It has definitely been a roller coaster ride. Q, you are so confusing. I'm not meant for you to figure out. That's why I'm so confusing. It's not meant for you to figure it out. I mean, I can't figure some stuff out myself. And you guys are just right along with the ride, figuring, like, just watching it as it unfolds, just like I'm letting it unfold. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So let's get this lady up out of here. You guys are going crazy already. Thank you, Ebby. Ebby's doing her thing. We thank her for getting these lunatics out of here, but it's okay. It just comes with the territory, okay?
So people are being blocked because they trying to figure out what changed in a month. That's what people trying to figure out. What changed? Shit just happened a month ago. And you could barely get the nigga on this live stream, and you expect us to believe y'all have sought some type of therapy or counseling? Or you just, I forgot. You said you just fasted for 3 days and that fixed everything, even though you told us in the breakup video that you fasted and all of that stuff and your husband wouldn't come home. It's crazy. God didn't answer you then, but he answering you now after you didn't bash him. Before you bashed him, he wasn't answering you. So much so that you was like, I'm never coming back again. All right. Oh, she gonna get nasty.
God got this. Q, marriage is not easy at times. No, it is not easy. It is not easy. It is definitely a roller coaster ride. I'm excited to have him get on here. I'm waiting for him to get back to me because he was actually doing some content himself, and I actually fell asleep.
He was doing some content himself. Wait. So something about y'all marriage was going on, and you hit him up, and he was like, "Baby, I'm doing content for myself. I have to get back with you later." What the fuck does Goodwill do? He already cooked the meal. We know his next video is gonna be him eating the goddamn light thin spaghetti with eggs and shrimp in it. He was doing his own content. What the fuck? I'm waiting on him to get back to me.
Ride. I'm excited to have him get on here. I'm waiting for him to get back to me because he was actually doing some content himself, and I actually fell asleep. I actually forgot that I scheduled this, so you guys were on time. So sorry about the late. We've been late, so sorry about that. But before he gets on here, did you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything that you guys want to?
So you was asleep, and then you got up and went in the closet. And so if you went to sleep and forgot the live was scheduled, shouldn't the content that he was doing had already been done? You had time to go to sleep and overslept the live that was scheduled. It don't make no sense.
Talk about, because like I said, this was just like kind of a test. I wanted to make sure that the channel, you were able to get your notifications, everything is everything. But I can open the floor for some questions respectfully, if you guys have any questions, and then we'll go from there. I'm praying for you guys. I pray you guys are getting back together.
She had no idea it was going to be an hour.
Trusting God. Well, I definitely can say that we are no longer getting a divorce. That is a wonderful blessing. We thank God for that. We thank God for reconciliation. We thank God for fasting and pray.
That's cap. Whether you getting a divorce or not, that's you're using semantics. Y'all are still separated, ma'am. So y'all ain't getting no divorce, but y'all are separated. And I'm glad you said that, ma'am, because you got to keep in mind now. Because remember, I put the pressure on you back yonder when you was talking about your new man and shit. And I was like, well, Q, You know, in order for you to pop up with a new nigga and you ain't got divorced, people gonna be asking questions. Pressure. You're not gonna be able to introduce no new nigga, which you love to do, until this divorce thing happens, ma'am. You keep painting yourself in a hole. Well, you know what the fuck, in a corner. Keep painting yourself in a corner, digging yourself a hole.
We thank God for redemption. We thank God for restoration. And if you don't know anything of that type of stuff, I hope that you can eventually experience that for yourself. Because it definitely would sound like I'm speaking a foreign language if you don't know anything about that. Marriage takes work, and I'm happy that you guys are working out. Amen. We thank God for that. God is good. Best wishes.
I'm trying to figure out what testimony made this old lady cry.
Did I cut my hair? You look beautiful. Yes, I did cut my hair. I actually, not too long ago, you guys, I just got off of a 3-day water fast. I did not eat anything. I just did water. I shut myself in my room, did not leave the house. I went on a water fast.
Not too long ago, but 8 days ago, we saw you at the Amish market eating the 12-piece. So I guess it happened right after you ate the wings. But again, who cares? Who cares?
Because I needed to hear from God. I needed to repent from a few things. I told you guys that I did what I did.
So are you saying God don't respond to people unless they fast? Because you always say that, like you act like you got a cheat code to hear God, which is bullshit. Either he hear you all the time or he don't. Why the fuck, if he hears you all the time, he can read all your thoughts and all of that shit, why in the fuck do you have to fast if he already knows and hears what you want and desire? A simple prayer won't work. You have to fast. All right, cool. Make up the rules as you go.
Out of anger and everything like that. But we move on, we're moving forward. God is a forgiving God. I've already, talked to my husband about it. We've already reconciled and we've forgiven each other for that behavior. And we want to give our marriage another try. We don't care about the opinions of others. We don't care about anything or anybody because it's not about anything or anybody. Unfortunately, sometimes you can find yourself in that type of situation because you're always worrying about the opinions of other people, what this person might think.
No, you only find yourself in this situation if you're you. Because again, the lady that you want to be like, be loved, it was a man out here saying, I had a sex tape detailing all types of intimate shit about them, the kids, the husband, and all of that. And she didn't give a fuck what people thought. She act like she didn't hear the shit and she kept it moving. Now her son did a little trolling, but she didn't. And that's how you have to be on this app. You're the only motherfucker that is caring. If B-Love read the comments, she sure know how to not let it affect her. She do her shit. She'll read the shit and keep it moving. She don't go off. She don't come out here and fasting up no stories because of what the public are saying. Kind of like how you always do. That's your pattern. And then you keep using it as an excuse as if you don't know any better. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result. So you keep putting your business out here, knowing people out here are opinionated. And then when they give your opinion, you claim you fall to peer pressure. How did you try to please us? Didn't nobody tell you? No. At what point did anybody in your chat, because this you blaming it on peer pressure and outside sources, which would be YouTube. When did anybody on YouTube come out here and tell you to blast your husband? When did anybody come out here and tell you to say your husband didn't pay for the wedding? We didn't ask you to do that, just like we didn't ask you to tell us that you got married. These are things you decided to do. You decided to put it out for content and to shit on hoes. To be like, aha, I'm married. Look at me. You was playing dress up. We get it. But this ain't outside sources. This ain't peer pressure. This is you not knowing how to even ignore your husband. Even though you knew you was talking shit, you couldn't even let him get his lick back. Because the only reason he said you didn't have anything is because you said he was using you. You were tired of being used. He said, use you? Use you for what? You don't have anything. I filled your cup. And then that's when you said, baby, you had dust. Sequence of events.
What that person might think, and it has nothing to do with anybody. And if you guys are married, if anybody on here is married, you can totally relate. We didn't do anything that no other married couple possibly do if they were mad at each other or not talking to each other or separated or whatever. We didn't do anything foreign.
Hey,
do anything foreign. And we're human beings. We asked God to forgive us, and we forgave each other, and we're working on it. We just decided that we want to work on it. There's a lot of things that can take a huge role in your life, in the breakdown and the fall of.
He had been trying to work on it, and you was ignoring him. Remember, he was having to talk to your sister and your mama, so he had been trying to work on it, and you had given up.
Marriage, there's many things, many factors that contribute to it. I contribute to it. My husband contributed to it, but it's nothing that God can't fix. It's nothing that marriage counseling can't fix. It's nothing that hard work and determination can't fix. And we're not.
That's not what you said a month ago. You said you tried all these a month ago. You said you tried all these things and they didn't work. And the man had character flaws.
To ask anybody, can we get back together? We're not here to do anything but live our life. Okay, that's pretty much it. Tawanda said she has been happily married for 35 years, beautiful years. Amen. That's a beautiful thing. And I pray, for restoration in other people's marriage as well. I pray that, God is just so good. God is just really, really good, and He works in mysterious ways. I didn't see this coming. I really didn't. I did not see this coming. I really didn't see this coming. God bless your marriage. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So yes, how are you guys doing? We're going to take Loving 912's advice. We're going to take her advice, and we're just going to let our actions speak for itself. But what we can tell you right now is that we are working on our marriage. Yes, we are working on our marriage. We are not getting a divorce. That has been canceled. The divorce is canceled. Praying every season. I know that's right.
It never started.
Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. So yeah, thank you all so much for being here. We really, really appreciate it. So glad that the channel is the way that it is. It's still here. And this was just a little tester right here. Are you moving back to Nigeria?
What the fuck you mean it's still here? You deactivated it, bitch. Where else would it be? And ma'am, as we already pointed out, motherfucker, you had this channel in 2013. You did not know Mr. FakeRisemas October 22nd, 2013, ma'am. The channel has always fucking been there. It's probably you and Scott channel or some shit.
So that you two can be together. We will just have to let you guys see it happen, see it play out. We don't want to speak on anything prematurely, but we will definitely let you guys know. The channel is back activated. We're live. We both have our rings on. We're doing the work that it takes. The things that you don't see on camera, the things that you don't need to see on camera, the things that only God needs to see. That is what we're doing, and we thank God for that.
What work are y'all doing though, ma'am? Y'all have to be together to do the work. See, that truth, this is what I was talking about when she was talking about the virtual counseling and stuff. They is doing the work behind the scenes that we don't need to see, that only God can see, which means they ain't doing shit. Oh, this chick here.
So yes, and marriage is not a pretty thing. We are not the first couple that has ever been online and been separated and have a little fallout online or whatever. We're not the first, and we won't be the last. And isn't that an amazing thing that how God is? You know, you've been thinking that something is going to be canceled and shut down, and it's, you know, the marriage is over and blah blah blah, and then God steps in just when you think that it's over, just when you think that there's no hope. That's when the redemption starts. That's when everything happens, and that's the type of God that we serve. We don't know what kind of God you guys serve, but we.
Hey man, you're right. You're not the first. You're not the last, but most people will agree that it's not a good thing for either party to come, especially when there's a inkling that y'all may get back together. What's the point?
Serve Jesus Christ. We're not Muslim. We're not anything other than Christian, okay? And it's a daily walk. You have to constantly die on yourself. You have to constantly ask God for forgiveness. You have to constantly repent. You have to constantly do things to try to be on a straight and narrow path. This is not an easy walk. And, you know, we understand that and we know that, but we're doing the best that we can. So that's just a little update for you guys. God is a turnaround God. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's a turnaround God. He's the type of God that, you know.
Here we go.
Like I said, you just think something is one way and then, you know, he lets you know that that's not what it is. So yeah, and we're not ministers or preachers or anything like that, but we're just living our life and just doing the best that we can. That's why I'm like, you know what? Who's this person? Keeman said, "Kill, you need to laugh at the enemy." I did laugh at the enemy. I did. I literally did laugh.
How was this the enemy fault though? It was you, bitch. You were the enemy. You were the devil. When you came out and said, "I'm getting a divorce," you were the devil. When you said that he was using you and all the other shit you said, that was you. I hate this bitch. It's always somebody else's fault, and it's easy to get the religious people on her side by just saying the devil and God. They're like, "Yeah, sister, yeah, that devil, he sure it." What the it was her.
At the enemy, because it's like sometimes, like, okay, how can I say this without saying too much? So this walk is not an easy walk, okay? Dedicating your life to Christ, you know, proclaiming that you're a Christian and trying to walk through Christ and do the right thing, you know, and then having a platform and somebody's constantly.
What do you mean it's not an easy walk? What the fuck? Why is it hard? Why is it hard? Because you still want to be part of the world and you really don't love God like you say you do? That you're not willing to try to change? Is that why it's hard? Because you're still a witch? You don't believe the shit that you speaking? Is that why it's hard to pretend that you believe in God knowing that you a witch? I get it.
You know, it's just constant, nonstop, all the time. You're always trying to live a lot. Always trying to live your life for Christ. You're always trying to. But I thank God. Here's my thing. I said all that to say this. I thank God for my freedom, because my freedom does not lie in the opinion of anybody on the internet that does not know me, that does not know my heart, that does not. And that.
Well, if that was the case, then you wouldn't keep blaming everybody. You keep saying that you had all this here pressure from the outside world, but now you're saying you're free.
Has been my battle over these years. Like, God, like I really am a good person. I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I don't care about anybody's judgment. And I thank God for being free from that, being free from the judgment of what somebody thinks about me. I'm not bound by the opinion.
Truth, how many times have you heard her say that?
Many times, but the fact of the matter is, you know, she does care. That's why she's out here putting on this show, this act. She care. She care, apparently.
Of anybody else. I'm free. I do me. You understand what I'm saying? I only have one person to answer to. I have God to answer to. That is it. And I'm not about to be on the internet asking somebody, "Can I reconcile?"
Well, actually, you have your husband to answer to as well. You forgot you married. So it's your husband and God. God, your husband. Then if you have kids, the family. But whatever.
with my husband. When that's something that God would want me to do. I never asked God to divorce my husband. I left my husband and I went on a limb and I was angry, and yeah, all of that is valid.
No, God did not tell you, but you said that when people pointed out that God said you're supposed to cleave to your husband, you said, fuck that, he ain't cleaving to me. That wasn't the enemy though, that was you. But okay, get into it. God did not tell me to leave my husband. It was the enemy. It was because I was mad and the enemy made me do it. The enemy possessed my body, guys. That's why I went on the fast, to get rid of the enemy.
Or when that's something that God would want me to do. I never asked God to divorce my husband. I left my husband and I went on a limb and I was angry.
But you said you was praying and stuff though about it. So what you telling us is you left Africa. You left Africa in September. You got to Germany. You told your husband you weren't coming back. And you didn't pray to God about the relationship anymore until this nigga went live about to expose you. Is that what you saying? Is that what you just heard, Truth?
Pretty much.
So for 7 months, you didn't pray to God about your marriage until this nigga was ready to go live after you said he wasn't shit and had character flaws. That's when you decided to pray about your marriage. You didn't pray before you hit the live button. You didn't pray when you seen him with his shirt off. None of those times were times to pray. Just when you sent that super chat and he was doing a Q&A about to go off on your ass. All right, I'm just making sure I got the notes right. So for 8 months, you didn't pray to God about your marriage. That's what you telling America right now. And this is why people said you were going off on the audience.
All of that is valid. All of that is valid. But did I fast and pray and say, God, are you releasing me? And I'm not about to be on the internet asking somebody, can I reconcile with my husband? When that's something that God would want me to do. I never asked God to divorce my husband. I left my husband and I went on a limb and I was angry. And yeah, all of that is valid. All of that is valid. But did I fast and pray and say, God, are you releasing me from my marriage? No, I did not. No, I didn't. I did not fast and pray. I did not pray about, God, is this what you got me to do?
Okay, so you narrowed the timeline down. So during those 8 months when you was out with Auntie and them, you didn't pray and ask God, are you releasing me from my marriage? You just did this fast within the last 9 days, because that was the last time you did 9 or 10 days. You did a video on your channel eating wings. And in this video, you said you recently just completed a fast. So Truth, we were right. She didn't talk to God about her marriage at all until after he was ready to expose her, which was in the past 10 days is when she fasted and prayed. How convenient.
You have for me to do? Do you want me to stay? Do you want me to leave? I didn't do that. I did it on my own will. I did it within my own pride. Yes, all the feelings were valid. Yes, I'm angry. Yes, all of that stuff. But did God release me from my marriage? No, he did not. That was something I did out of my own ego. That is something that I did out of my own pride, my own whatever.
I don't think God releases anybody from marriage, because he says to death do us part. He don't believe in divorce yet. A lot of people that are religious get married and get divorced, and that definitely goes against till death do us part and all of that good stuff. So yeah. Are you saying everybody that has left without talking to God is wrong? Because at one point you kept saying you had just gave your life back to Christ and you thought that's what God was showing you, that husband of yours. You said you thought that's what he was showing you. Kind of indicating you were wrong, that he wasn't showing you that. Now it didn't flip, but okay, we get it.
And I had to ask God to forgive me for that, because that's not what God would want me to do. And at the end of the day, I'm still married. That's still my husband. And you still got to consult. You still have to consult. You understand? So I did the work, baby. I did the work. I consulted. I turned my plate down. I shut myself away. We did the work. My husband and I both did it. We're both willing participants in our marriage. And if two people are willing.
In 1 month, they have done the work. 1 month. In 1 month's time, they have done the work. They is healed. They is fixed. In 1 month time, apart from each other, not together, apart.
Participants, and they are dying of themselves, and they want to surrender their life to Christ, and then surrender their marriage to Christ. You can't get mad at something like that. And even if you was mad, we don't care. We still gonna do us because we're still married. Okay. So that's just what it is.
Why would you think why would you think somebody mad that you get back with the nigga? The only people that would be mad at you is like motherfuckers like your mama, who was in your chat talking shit about him when you saying there was a divorce going on. And now you telling the world you going back. Because now you got her out here like, well, why in the fuck was I just over there riding for you, my daughter, and things of that nature, only for you a month later to be like, oh, we're good. We're fine. Those would all be people mad. Us subscribers and shit don't give a fuck. But some of your subscribers may feel a way that they was over there talking shit about him too because of you. They followed your lead. And now you done backtrack. You would be a terrible fucking leader. You would lead the Israelites in the desert for 40 years.
That's the truth, okay? And that's it. That's all part of social media. If you like it, I love it. It's your choice. Great news. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for respecting that. What we must understand is, for better or for worse, good days, bad days, they will come. I say blessings over your marriage. Amen. Thank you so much for that. And I really, really appreciate that. And what I've come to understand in my own time of, just me being with myself, being with Christ, communicating with my husband, these moments in your marriage that you are unhappy in, or there's difficult or whatever, it's a season. It is a season, and I have to do the work. My husband has to do the work to fight spiritual warfare. Do you understand?
Oh my goodness.
People get married. A godly marriage.
Oh my goodness. Spiritual warfare now?
And I can definitely
What's spiritual about you saying that nigga left you at home all day hungry? What the fuck is spiritual about that? What spiritual warfare is saying every time he got denied for a visa, he blew the money? What's spiritual about saying he was hanging out with the homeboys all night? Y'all bitches just be using words. Again, I'm trying to figure out what this bitch done said that made anybody cry. Because this lady said your testimony done gave me tears, and I'm 15 minutes in this bullshit and I ain't heard nothing.
Right, of the spiritual attacks that I went through. I can't speak for my husband, but I can talk about the spiritual attacks that I know for a fact that I went through in that time of hardship, in that time of being in Nigeria and, having nightmares and just, it's not even nothing that my husband is doing. It's just spiritual warfare. And if you don't know about spiritual warfare, you don't know what
nightmares is spiritual warfare now. Truth, I don't think you're going to be able to review this. I think, because I'm being fairly calm, I can just imagine you yelling. I'm
not going to yell.
Just imagine you just.
I'm not.
I'm going to wait. I'm gonna wait for your version. I'm I'm done with you on this shit. After I'm stopping at my 2 hours. I don't even give a fuck what you said. I'm gonna go on Truth Jant, and then we just gonna review that and break you down, you and your lies, man. Because you played. I told you yesterday, bitch, you played, and you actually listened to me and put out content and played, and I faced some more. And so I'm on your ass. I don't think I can listen to you spew this bullshit for an hour and to goodwill get up here. I just cannot. I'd rather read Diddy tweets.
I'm talking about. And eventually, when my husband gets on here, maybe we can go into further detail, but I'm talking about spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare, attacks coming into your marriage. Attacks, spiritual warfare that come into within your marriage. Can anybody understand what that is? Do you even know what spiritual warfare is? And so...
It damn sure ain't no nightmare, bitch. It's definitely not a nightmare. This motherfucking spiritual war. Man.
This is what happens when you proclaim Jesus Christ, when you turn away from your wicked ways. I mean, can we think about it? Can we even talk about my testimony? People always want to talk about my testimony. You can't speak on my testimony because you know nothing.
Spiritual warfare. But I'm just saying, if this thing exists, does it only exist for people in marriages, or is it something that every human would have to go through? Can we talk about my testimony? That's the narcissistic shit right there. Why do we need to talk about your testimony? If we don't know anything about your testimony and you're not going to tell us, why are you talking about it?
About my testimony, but if you would like to hear my testimony again, I'd be happy to explain that to you. Can you imagine someone that spent many years of their life on another team, on somewhere else, and then they decide that they want to give their life back to Christ?
But your team wasn't the devil, though. There was no devil in your witchcraft. You weren't talking to Satan. You weren't praising Lucifer. Witchcraft is about elements and things of that nature. It literally is the fire, the smoke, the incense, wind, rain, pentagram. It's all about the elements. It has nothing to do with Satan.
You think you're not going to be attacked spiritually? Do you think you're not going to be attacked?
So she's saying because she was once a witch, she's now being spiritually attacked because she used to be a witch. So are you saying God didn't forgive you, or is the other team trying to recruit you back? Which one are you saying? She's making herself the victim.
Spiritually, you can give your life to Christ. That's great. Give your life to Christ. Love Jesus. Live your life the way God is trying to tell you to live it. Get married. Do all of that. But do you think that you're not going to experience spirit?
She will not tell you exactly what she experienced that will be considered spiritual warfare. She won't tell you what happened, so you can be like, "Oh, okay, I see what she went through." She won't tell you.
To warfare because you decided that you want to live your life for Christ now. It's inevitable. But you have to know how to fight. You have to know how to pray. You have to know how to warfare.
So the devil is busy and he got all these people, but he upset one got away. And that doesn't make sense.
You have to know how to intercede. You have to know how to have people that can pray for you. You have to know these things. And if you don't know these things, you're subject to very deep and hardcore attacks. And that's exactly what I've been going through. And that's exactly what I go through up until this day. I've had my salvation for 3 years now. It's going on 3 years that I've given my life back to Christ. And in those 3 years, it has not been an easy walk. It has been a lot of struggle. It's been a lot of attack. It's been a lot of me confused, me feeling like, am I on the right track? Am I doing the right thing? All of this stuff.
How is that spiritual? That's self-doubt. Again, why is she making it seem like being a Christian is hard? You simply apply the shit that you believe in. You ignore negative comments. You don't do what the world is doing, miss. I drink Monacos and all of that shit. You don't. It's very easy. A lot of people do it. Like you can just see how a person acts and say, okay, is this person believes something. They got belief in something. You can tell how they act. You don't do certain shit. You was doing, let's see, for instance, during your, and I'm sorry to bring it up, Truth, during your you said it's been 3 years now. That was when you got married to your husband. Well, on your anniversary, you claim you prayed to God to kill someone. That's it. What part of that was spiritual warfare? How were you being attacked? And you openly said you were praying to God to kill people. Then I gotta sit here and listen to this bitch act like she loved God. And people have been attacking her when she had no problem talking about folks, kids, and shit of that nature, making fun of deaths and things of that nature. But she was upset that I doxed her grandma. Crazy work.
And then adding on to that marriage, getting married, and then adding on to that intercultural marriage. Adding on to that, you gotta learn.
Woe is me, boo hoo. See how it all comes back to she's the victim.
New culture, you gotta learn this. Then adding on to that, you got a platform. Then adding on to that, you know, people want to tear you down, tear your marriage down. They was talking about my husband before anything ever even happened. They was talking about my husband when we was the happiest that we was ever been.
So what? So what? We talked about what you told us versus what y'all showed, Bam. Because had you not came out here and said this nigga was the prince of Abuja and you was the queen, nobody would have been looking for luxury. We would have just seen y'all were regular fucking people and kept it at that. You made it seem like y'all and he was more than what the fuck it was. So that's what people were talking about. They was talking about, well, where they live at, they don't look like no palace or nothing like that. Where they eating it, they don't look like no royal food or nothing like that. That barbecue grill with the ram ass on it, they don't look, there ain't even no real grill. Are you sure this nigga came? And we saw the flies and shit around the fish and the food and the non-paved roads and shit of that nature. We saw all of this. And so we was like, yeah, that's what we was talking about. But ma'am, you put it out here. At that point in the game when you got married 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, you had been on YouTube at least 4 to 5 years. You knew how this shit went. So it shouldn't have bothered you. You put the content up and you let people do what they do. Because besides, no matter what they say, it's keeping y'all relevant, is it not? It ain't nobody's fault. You're a dumb bimbo and you're emotional. I'm sure your husband and told you plenty of time, girl, fuck them comments. Like, don't even read the comments. But you, like most nosy bitches, don't listen. You read them, you get triggered, and you come up with a more intricate lie. Then you get him involved in some of the lies. Let's see. Also, while you were with God on your walk with Jesus, where was the spiritual warfare when you decided to dress up like you and your husband were Muslim and go hand out money? And we saw that nigga leave you in that video. So we actually believed you when you said that he be out with his friends and shit, because we seen in that video when you was about to get jumped and all the money was about to be taken and he was nowhere around. We remember that. Then y'all tried to tell the police and they didn't give a fuck. You know this too. So after how you disrespected OG, you better not take your ass back over there. You know the police don't care. Y'all seen that day. They were like, get your ass out of here. The juice ain't got no pull with the police. They ain't want to hear that shit. But yeah, where was the spiritual warfare then when you were mocking Amina and her religion. I guess it didn't exist then. When you out here fucking with people, it ain't spiritual warfare. It's hard being a Christian. So it was hard not to dress up. It was hard not to come on live and say, that's my anniversary present. I heard somebody died around this date. And I had been asking for this. That's cool. That's the hard part about being a Christian. That's the same shit you was doing before you found God, ma'am.
So it's like you literally darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. You're going to talk about them. You just talk about the man before anything when I introduce you to the man. So, I mean, like, that's why you can't care. That is why you cannot care what nobody thinks. That's why you got to live your life and do what you're going to do and be the best that you can.
Well, again, if you can't care, why did you just name about for how 3 years people were going at you and it's the reason you were under attack? You cared, because if you didn't care, that attack wouldn't work. You're trying to say people talking about your husband is spiritual warfare. No, it's them talking about what they see, ma'am. It's literally talking about what they see.
Do the best that you can do, honey, and don't ask nobody permission for nothing. Because I ain't asking nobody permission for nothing. I don't care how I look. I don't care. You get what I'm saying?
What's
Y'all
funny?
are funny. Y'all are hilarious. Those attacks are okay. Let me read this one. Those attacks are to make you stronger and wiser. Q. You got this round, my sister. Girl, if I could dap you up right now, I love that.
Apparently, the attacks, she's been doing social media for years. The attacks haven't made her strong and wiser. So, ma'am, that's not true. Because it would have happened a long time ago. It don't take 7 years to realize I gotta take it out. I tell people all the time, they be like, Trey, did you see I tagged you? I don't see nobody tags because I have that shit cut off. I don't see it. Good or bad. I don't know what happens. I read the comments, and if you pay attention to me, it be motherfuckers talking shit about me, and I heart the comment and move on. It's very rare that I will engage with a motherfucker back and forth in the chat. Very, very rare. But even they don't like me. They talk this shit. I heart it, thumbs it up, move on. Or I argue with them and still heart up everything. Don't take it personally. Or push come to shove, you just simply hide the motherfucker and keep it moving. Not come out here and create a goddamn story and go live addressing a goddamn comment. You niggas are weird.
Oh man, thank you so much. Yes, non-stop spiritual attack. I'm not. You can call me what you want, but I know who I am. I know who I am in Christ. I know who I pray to. I know what I practice. I know everything. So if you want to sit up here and think you know my life off camera, then do your thing, baby. If that's what you think.
They do it to me every day, and I don't be giving a fuck. Every day they talk about who I'm fucking, who I used to fuck, who I'm like, just where I fucked it, what kind of carpet I was on. Just they don't know any of this shit, and they just speculate, and I just let them. What the fuck I look like trying to prove these motherfuckers wrong? But it's also because I know how motherfuckers are. It's also a reason y'all ain't never seen the women I'm with, because I know how y'all are. And I don't want them to go through that. So I just, you see them, you know names, but you don't know what they look like. It's going to stay that way because I know how you motherfuckers are. And y'all already fuck with them without knowing what they look like.
That's fine. That is fine. But I'm a Christian and I'm not here to convince anybody of that. But I'm just letting you know that what comes with when you proclaim that you're a Christian. You understand what I'm saying? When you profess with your mouth.
If everybody in your chat is a motherfucking Christian, and most of them have been Christians since birth. How in the fuck are you telling them something they already know? So you're different from them. I'm telling you what happens when you proclaim to be a Christian. So they're not Christians. You don't see you're complaining about your spiritual warfare. They're not. You blame your spiritual warfare for all the fucked up shit going on in your marriage when just a month ago it was your husband that was all the fucked up shit. Now it's spiritual warfare. It was the drugs and the alcohol that both of y'all was consuming.
And claim that that's what you are. Okay, cool, that's what you are. Let me see if you can take this spiritual attack. Let me see if you can handle this spiritual attack on your marriage. Let me see if you can handle.
Wow. So because you believe in God, that automatically means you're going to be attacked. What the fuck is she saying? God is allowing this. Because you believe in me, now I gotta attack you to see if it'll make you stronger. I don't, and she believes this shit. She don't believe this shit, but some people do. I'm just
go through the fire, constantly being ridiculed nonstop 24/7. Let me see if you can handle. Okay, you're a Christian. Okay, let's talk about you being a Christian. You're a Christian. Okay, I'm gonna have I have some people on assignment. I'm gonna have some people on assignment. You said you're married. Oh, you said you're happily married. Oh.
Well, guess what, ma'am? I'm here to tell you, I am not a Christian, and I go through the same shit, and clearly I handle it better than you. I've been a non-Christian longer than you've been on YouTube, and I'm subjugated to the same shit that you just said. Why is that? It's not spiritual warfare. People are just fucked up. People are just fucked up. Humans are despicable. They're repugnant. It's what we do. You've taken part in it. Other people take part in it. It's just the cycle that we're in, ma'am. It's not because you are a believer of Christ. Now, one could say, well, the reason people do it to me is because I don't believe in God. But then I can point to Q because she says she believes in God and she gets these same attacks. And then I can just point out,
Which I did with Trey. What the hell going on? I think he dropped down, y'all.
so there was a loud pop
He'll be
and the
back.
lights went off
You might have put
and
that
I
hoodie on.
the generator on. So apparently a transformer or something blew up around this bitch. I know some of y'all is saying, ha ha, look at God. But no, it's not a look at God moment because I'm back on my damn cell phone. It's yeah. Yeah, it could the generator went like shit. I heard I did hear a, but I didn't think too much of it. It was a delay before the lights and shit went out. Yeah, so yeah. Kick me off. I'm back. I'm back. It just you're actually lucky though, because we was getting close to the end any damn way, and I just I get you on truth. Like, truth, you should actually Adrian night shift. You should go live twice today. You should cover this. You should on this space there. Are you listening to the
What you
chat?
say? What you say?
Hey, you should put Adrian on and cover this content immediately.
Trey, leave me alone. I'm sick of you. First of all, my live is already scheduled. I can't hear you. Did you drop again? I think you dropped again. Good, because you're getting on my nerves. I told Q to put that hoodoo on. Getting on my damn nerves. I always trying to tell somebody what the damn do. What y'all doing out there? I'm sick of Q ball head. Sick of her ass. Bitch is wayward. Mm-mm. She is infamous. I'm tired of it. And now she want to throw God up in the mix. Let me tell her she was denouncing God when she sat up there in that chair, in that wicker chair. And I'm still trying to find the clip. I'm going to find it because her live is down, but I know I reacted to it. And y'all know my lives is long as hell. So I'm going to find that clip where she sat up there and say, I know people say I should fast pray and I should whatever when it comes to my marriage, but I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm trying to find that clip, y'all. At this point, I think Q is just as mental as Adrian. That's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. Yep. Both of them motherfuckers. For real, ebook. They both like on the it is what it is. They both cry. Well, I'm gonna say I don't know.